we are not saying that when a man comes close, say no. Don't come close.
Okay.
I am a woman of virtue. I cannot talk to you. I can't. No. We're saying there's a thin line. There's actually a very
It's a thin line.
There's
That's
actually a
what
very
I'm
thin
trying
line.
to
So
say.
being confident doesn't mean you are a feminist.
Wow. Hello, welcome to the KWS show. Our guest today is a content developer. She's a filmmaker. She's a voiceover artist. She's the founder of Clare Cares Foundation. She has a BSc in computer science, an MSc in mass communication, MSc in information technology. She's worked in radio for about 7 years. She's focused on filmmaking and establishing her own foundation. Her vision and mission statement is to champion advocacy for kids who live or grow up in suburban areas, also to encourage access to quality education, to protect the rights of the girl child. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Clare Ezeakacha to the show. How are
You
you
got
doing?
it well, very well. Thank you, Shaddee. How are you doing?
I tried with the name, right?
Yes, you
Oh,
did.
nice,
You
nice.
didn't murder it, so
Cool.
it's fine.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You are our first female guest on the show.
I am.
Yes, you
are.
I had to say that.
Thank you so much, Shaddee.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk from the basics now.
Okay.
You're into filmmaking.
Yes, I am.
You have a foundation that you cater for kids with underprivilege. How did this all start for you? Like, what's your story? What's your core story like?
Okay. So let's start from the very beginning.
Okay.
The foundation thing, I said I would say it started right from primary school.
Primary school.
I
Okay.
beg. Yeah, so I remember times where my classmates
Okay.
will be sent out of school. So I have to go home and tell my mom, oh, Tosi was sent out of school. Oh, this person was sent out of school.
Okay.
And I will not be happy if they don't come back. So my mom has to foot the bills.
Oh,
So we started that way.
wow.
And then to secondary school. And then
Okay.
to university. My university has a pilgrimage in it. I went to a private university that
Okay.
once has a pilgrimage, church school.
Okay.
You know, so they have a place where they take care of the underprivileged.
Okay.
You know, so I go there with provisions and clothes on my birthday and Valentine's Day to celebrate with them. So that's how it all started.
Wow.
And then I came out of school. I would still go to orphanage homes, motherless homes, and with them. And then one day I thought to myself, you know, I'm going to pray about this. You know, if I get that feeling that I should run a foundation so I can reach out to more people, then
Okay.
it's fine. Because when I was doing it alone, I probably reached out to 20, 40 people. But now with the help of people, organizations, and maybe people on my social media, I
Individuals.
could get through to 100, 1,000 people. And that's
Wow.
how it started.
Wow. Awesome. So you talk
you.
about advocacy for the girl child.
Yes.
When I hear statements like that, I keep wondering and imagining, why the girl child? Why not the boy child?
Okay.
Like,
You know, everything is about choice.
Okay.
Everything is sometimes about experience.
Okay.
Okay, so I would say I'm a rape survivor of 2 counts.
Oh,
I don't want
wow.
to say victim. I'm not a victim.
survivor.
I'm
I
a survivor.
like that.
You
I like
know,
the positive aspect.
you know, so I understand what it is for a girl to go through that terrible state. So I've always had that thing to help a child, a girl child. When I mean a girl child, I mean a woman being inclusive.
Okay.
You know, so help a girl child heal through this process, because it's one of the greatest things you need to do. Healing through the rape is one thing that can take like 10 years. It took me 10 years before I opened up.
Oh, wow.
And the first way I opened up was through pictures. I did a short film on rape. Yes, it was just 3 minutes, but it was just on point. I had to tell a story. And after that, I told my parents about it after 10 years.
So talking about being a rape survivor, sorry, I can't but talk about that.
No problem. It's fine.
It's an experience that happens every day in Nigeria, in all over the world.
Yeah.
A lot more people are speaking out right now. For you, what was the lessons you took out of that? First of all, would you mind sharing the story? Like a little bit of the story. I knew she wouldn't.
Okay, but what I remember is
Okay.
what I remember. Of course, I remember everything, but what I can remember to say is it happened during. Okay, one happened my university days.
Okay.
It was very unfortunate. The second happened when I was
So
serving.
more than once.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So the second happened when I was serving. yeah, I needed accommodation. That was just how the wahala started, you know. But the second time,
Okay.
I was man enough, allow me to use the word. I was bold enough to report the case. I know, like, it has been done, I mean, nothing else. But then I needed to report the case. The first one happened, I didn't know, I didn't have a clue of who these guys were.
Okay.
You know, I didn't know how to trace them. So I was just in a world of my own. But thank God to a family friend who, you know, took me through the process of a counselor and the hospital. So
Okay.
I had to go through that process,
Wow.
you know. Then the second time, no way. I put my foot to the ground and I had to report. And the guy was sent out of his office.
Amazing.
It didn't do anything good to me, but at the time, that was what I needed.
Is there some form of, because a popular celebrity actually went through this same ordeal, and she
Okay.
just came out recently. I'm talking about Busola Dakolo.
Yes.
She had the, I don't want to use the word confidence to come out
Yeah.
in public and say
Yeah.
how the experience was.
Yeah.
For you, were there backlashes? Did you have people talk about you, about the issue, and say maybe, just like the way her story was, do you have anything like that?
Nobody knew
People
when it
believed
happened.
you, right?
No, well, people here
Okay.
are my parents
Oh, okay.
and my siblings.
Okay.
The next time I talked about it was at a conference.
Okay.
You know, so someone wrote me, sent an email to my foundation saying, "Oh, we need you to come. Someone should come and speak
Okay.
to the kids on the rape." And I was like, "Oh,
Nice,
fine. I will
nice.
have to be the one to come talk about it because
Wow.
I know what it feels like."
Wow.
And that was the very first time outside my home that I talked about it. And this happens to be the second time aside my family.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's not something I want to go talking about, but if
Get
it's if I have to talk to people
You talk about
to
it.
help them through the healing process, it's fine.
I like how you've been able to turn your challenges. You talk about speaking to people as regards that particular incident. Not so many people have that boldness to do that.
Yeah.
You know, talking about right now, what is more rampant right now is the fact that a lot of women make excuses for
Yeah.
themselves, and then they go into vices. You go on dating apps, you go on the media,
Okay.
you know, you see a lot of things that are very provocative, and you start asking yourself, what in the world are we living in? Like, what's happening? Then it used to be very, very offensive. Sorry, it used to be very, very negative. You
Yes.
say, okay, this is negative. Now it's
Yeah.
becoming very offensive. But you have been able to turn your own challenges into stepping stones. What do you have to say to women that are trying to make an impact? Because I can't begin to imagine that this is simple for you. It's not easy.
No, it's not.
So how is that journey like?
Okay, because it's not something that I was told to do, because it's something that I want to do, it comes out effortlessly. Now, there are few people out there, women, young girls, who want to make an impact, who are making impact.
Okay.
Now, most of them, it could be because of an experience from a friend, a family, or even from themselves. Most of them just because they have that mindset to help people. All right, so personally speaking, I want to help girls because I know how it feels. Like, I went to a school someday,
Okay.
and the mistake I made was I said, okay, you know what, if you want to talk to me privately,
Come.
and a young girl approached me and said, "Auntie, I stay with my auntie."
Okay.
And because my parents stay in the village, so when I come back from school, I go and stay with my auntie. I want to talk like her if I can.
Okay.
I go and stay with my auntie where she sells, and at night when we go home, sometimes she'll tell me to shower and stay in her room. That's her room being her auntie's room.
Okay.
So when she showers, she stays in her auntie's room, and her aunt's husband comes back and wants to perform the duties of the husband, and because his wife is so tired,
Okay.
the young girl of 9
Are
is
you
there.
kidding me?
No, I'm not. So at that point, for 5 minutes, I wasn't so sure what to tell the girl. So all I did was make a call and, to call someone, like, please, I need you here. And they told me, and then they took it up because it was Enugu at the time. I just visited. So it's crazy. So
That's a really deep experience.
It is.
For me, I wouldn't say that's an easy experience to come by, especially for a girl who is 9 years old.
yes.
9 years. But what are we missing? As women, what are we missing? Saying as we now, because I feel it's a collective problem. It's not just a problem for just the girls. Like I said, you go on online dating apps and then you see a lot of people going into a lot of negative things. What are they missing? What are the key things that they are missing as girls?
Okay, first, this thing starts from I think it starts from the home. Like
Okay.
you need to talk to your girls. I stayed in Port Harcourt last month, January. Yes, I was in Port Harcourt last month, and I watched closely how my friend, was training her daughter.
Okay.
So a lot of times she calls him when she comes back from school. She sits her down. It's a routine, so it's like a ritual to perform. So she sits her down and she said, "What happened today in school? What happened?" And then the girl says from Genesis down to Revelation, this was what happened. This was what my friend did. This was what this did. So that if you try to engage your daughter, if you try to engage the girl child to always speak, to always talk, no matter what it is, keep telling them that nobody will kill you. Keep telling them that if anyone threatens you, tell me, daddy is here, daddy will beat the person, daddy, there's a way you have to let this girl know that they have a cover. There's a shield around them. So just speak. Don't get insulted, but just speak. So it starts from the home. It's not, you don't allow the girl child to be of 18 years and then you want to start. No, it starts from 3, it starts from 4. It starts from you checking her. Because I was amazed when I was passing through her room and then I saw what she was doing. I noticed her daughter was on the bed and she was trying to check her.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So when she was done, I said, "Sorry, what's that thing?" She said, "No, she does that. She checks her once in a while."
Okay.
Because you really
might be
can't.
surprised.
Yes, you
might be
really can't
surprised.
tell. So it starts from the home. They say charity begins at home, right?
Yeah.
So every single thing starts at home because mothers, fathers, they tend to leave their kids in the hands of their teachers. The teachers have people who they take care of, So you need to start somewhere. And then let the teachers do their work. When they're through, they come back they still fall back to the house. So it's still within the house. You need to start there so they don't miss any single thing from their parents. That's how it starts.
There's a point where I'm grappling my mind trying to divide this line.
Okay.
There's a point where you give confidence to the girl child.
Okay.
Make the girl child understand that, okay, you can stand out, you can be this, you can be a woman of impact and all of those things. And then there's another point of feminism.
Okay.
So how do you divide the line? Is there a division? First of all, do you believe in feminism? Do you believe that a girl child can be raised to be a feminist?
I don't know what that word is. I refuse to know what that word is because
You refuse?
I refuse.
Okay.
There's this thing about being independent, and then they tell you I'm a feminist. I remember I met a girl a while ago, some years back. She's younger. I'm like 9-10 years older than she is, and then she was telling me, when she gets married, if her husband gets broke, she will never help the guy. That she's a core feminist, she's a this, she's a that, that. And I sat her down one day and I asked her, "What experience do you have in life that would have motivated you to become a feminist?" And she said, "No, nothing. That people just say guys are terrible." I said, "So all the guys you've met, are they bad?" She said, "No, but she's just saying that when she gets married, she doesn't want to get caught up." So you see, already they're building that defense. From words they hear from their friends. Now, I can come tell you, Shaddee, my husband is terrible. My husband is a very bad person. Do you know he does this, he does that? Unconsciously, if you are a girl, in your mind, you're already building that defense that when I get married, this thing I'm telling you, I will not, once he says shut up, I will give it to him. So let me give you a clear example. So I have a cousin who gets these punches by her husband, almost every time.
Wow.
So one of the days it got so bad, I had to call some people at Alausa, and information is
some
key.
People, what do you mean by some?
Yes, I want to say information is key, knowledge is power. So I went for a conference sometime. I was a compere, and then they invited a few people from Alausa, the police department, the rape department, and all that. So a lot, we don't even know that these people exist. Do you understand? All right. So I called them because it was too much. She was almost losing her baby that night. And we called them. They went to harass the husband. You have to shake the man a bit so that he will know that we have the woman there. So they did all of that. And she called me and said, I should call them to stop that. They should leave the husband alone. They should leave her husband alone. It's okay, it's okay. And I said, "Oh, really?" So you're done? She said,
You
yes.
felt like you were even intruding.
Do you understand? That night I was going through Facebook, and you know how you have these groups, something group, something this, something that. And then I saw my cousin's comments where she said, I don't know what they talked about. You know how they bring up a topic.
Definitely.
So I think the topic was, what will you do if your husband beats you? And then my cousin said, she typed, the moment a man tries to lay his hand, I will do this, I will beat, I will kill, I will raise, I will carry my bag, I will take my children, I will do. And it occurred to me, like, there are 1 million girls who will be reading this.
Definitely.
And all of single girls.
And you're sending the wrong message. Wow.
So your husband tries to correct you, and then you go, oh, don't even talk to me that way, because that's how it starts. That's how what starts. You know, so they just build this cover, and then they're trying to be defensive. You know, and then they want this whole feminism thing. No man can tell me this.
Don't you think the word girl child advocate, or advocating for the girl child, what's the difference? Don't you think that's a build up to feminism?
That's not.
So what's the difference?
If you're advocating for a child, like I'm advocating for this
girl child.
Okay, for a girl child. Okay, if I'm advocating for this group of girls, it could be, okay, so this certain group now, they need care, educational care, or they need a cover from some rape guys or from some whatever uncles or aunties that have tormented them or so. I'm trying to advocate that people should help them. I'm trying to teach these girls the right thing to do at the right time. So when you're caught up in this kind of situation, this is what you should do. This is what you shouldn't do. We are not saying that when a man comes close, say no. Don't come close. I am a woman of virtue. I cannot talk to you. I can't. No. We're saying there's a thin line. There's actually a very thin line. There's actually a very thin line. So being confident doesn't mean you are a feminist.
Wow.
No, like I'm very confident. I say, oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do it. Does not mean that I cannot allow a man help me, or I cannot allow a man rule over me.
Okay.
In quotes. I'm not saying be chauvinistic. No. I'm just saying, you're a man, and if you're my husband, it means automatically what the good book says, you will be the head, right? So it means I'm submissive to you, and I would adhere to what you said. Does not mean you shouldn't also listen to me. We are partners. Forget the gender. We are partners once we are married. But then, no matter what it is, you still remain the head. There is no dispute in this.
Wow.
It's that easy.
Amazing. So let's talk more about the impact. You started your foundation, like you said, with little or no help from anyone. So it therefore means you took initiative. You had to decide to stand out before you stood out. For young girls out there that are struggling, some want to make a statement. I see a lot of them all the time, like trying to do one or two things. They really don't know how to go about it. They don't know where to start from. Was it a need that you identified before you started? What's the starting point to becoming a woman of impact?
Okay, when I was on radio, I always preached not just to the girl child, but both to the girl and to the boy. Mind you, my foundation is not just for the girls. Just an aspect where we take care of the girls who have been defiled in a very wrong manner. Yes, so that it's not just for the girl child. So that on the radio,
so it's for children in general.
In general, yes. So, but we try to protect the rights of the girl. Does not mean the foundation is just for the girls. All right. So when I was on radio, what I did was to motivate people. All right, so I wanted to just be that presenter that wasn't all about, yo, what's up, hey, how? No, I wanted to be that girl that you listen to and you want to listen to again, because I'm telling you the hard truth. Because when you call to tell me something, I'm telling you the truth. No, you were wrong, this is what you should do. And then I realized I was growing in it, and then I realized I was researching, I was trying to make an impact. I was trying to make people know what is right and what is not right. In my little way, I'll do it both on social media. I'll put it up. When you meet people, this is the right thing to do. When you are meeting someone, this is the next thing to do.
Just like your Monday motivation post.
Exactly.
I see that.
Yes. So it was a personal thing. It wasn't something that I was told to do. It wasn't something that I had to do because people were doing stuff. No, I don't even fall for such things. So if you do stuff, I may not necessarily join you to do it. Yeah, so a lot of my friends are into IT. I studied computer mathematics. I should have been an IT person, but it's not something I love to do. I worked with KPMG at the time and I left. And that's because I did not want to do it again. I wanted to just be there and follow radio, because that was what I wanted to do at the time, you know. So being impactful, it's a thing of choice. It's what you want to do.
You have to decide.
You have to decide. And then if you're trying to impact someone, who are you exactly? So if I see you, you look like the person I would want to emulate. So it has to start with you too. We're not talking about physical attributes. We're talking about you yourself. What do you carry in you? What grace do you carry? So can I see you and want to talk to you confidently, knowing that whatever I tell you stays there, and then I will get something really good out of you. Basically, so it's an individual thing.
Okay, so first you have to make a decision. Then you do the little things, the simple things that you can do.
Yes.
But let's look at it from this perspective. What is the role of the media? Because you worked in radio.
Yes, please.
And some time ago, I saw you post something about a popular Nigerian celebrity singer, the Malians, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I saw a post about how that guy is influencing people. Maybe for some people negatively, maybe for some people positively.
Yeah.
What is the role of the media in making an impact? Would you say he is making an impact in his own right?
Who is that, Mali?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let me attend to the media, then I come to Mali.
Okay.
I'm a Malian. Yeah. So okay. So the media, they act as a tool for change.
Okay.
Now they have the power to destroy. They have the power to make.
Okay.
Now, what the media should do is to bring out positive things about life, about things happening around us. Doesn't mean when they bring out negative things, they're teaching you the negative things. No, they're only trying to let you know that these negative things are happening. They exist, but doesn't mean you should do it.
So it looks as if the media is a magnifier.
Exactly.
Kind of like amplifies the good and also the
God
bad.
bless you. So, so if they talk about something bad, they are only giving you an information of what is happening at the time. They are not telling you this is bad, please go for the bad. No, we're only telling you this happened so play, or this is what is happening. You need to be careful. Now, what the media doesn't do sometimes is to put that limit. Like, okay, you've given the news. What next after the news? What should we do after the news? Exactly. Now, for Naira Marley, let's look at it this way. Naira and Mali. So he chose two good, strong names. To me, I'm speaking for myself. Naira, which is a currency. It shows money.
Everybody wants some of that.
Who doesn't?
Okay.
Mali is, for me, I think he got it from Bob Marley, the legend, the reggae legend. So the Naira Mali. PR-wise, he's being strategic. Yeah, good. So that he's using Naira and Mali. He won that for himself. That's a very good PR way to move. Now, if you go through his profile on the internet, you will see that this guy is well schooled. Now, he comes back to Nigeria and then he decides, oh, music is my thing. And then I can't do the Johnny Drill way or the Asha way or the Bez way because it might not sell for me. And then he says, oh, okay, you know what? Let's go mad. Let's go to the streets.
Let's go gaga.
Let's go to the streets. Let's have some fun. Let's go commercial. Let's make waves. It's a phase. When he's 60, will he do this? No. Even if he wants to do it, it might not be as crazy as he's doing
Charlie
it
Boy
now.
is still doing it.
Charlie Boy used to do it. Charlie Boy he has pedaled down. Everything he does now is subtle. And sometimes age comes in and then you realize there are better ways to, push out what you want to say. Unlike Charlie Boy, he would have taken bikes out, made some, noise and all that. But that he is very calm now. So now it's a phase, So Mali is enjoying this phase. He's making money right now. Do you understand? So I took my time when I read people saying he's influencing the youths negatively. No, they go on the internet and they see what he's wearing, his sneakers, his this and that. Why are they not going on the internet to check his bio? I took my time to check his bio and then I realized this boy was schooled abroad. He went to school abroad. He has, I think, 2 or 3 certificates or so. Whatever be the case, he went to school. Now, have you had a conversation with him? I shot some place where he stays, and for the 6 days I stayed there, he didn't show up. It was just once, and that was because he needed to leave the compound. Okay, twice. Sorry. The second time was they called his attention to his car, so he peeped, said few words, and then he went back.
Wow. So he's not even a public person. So that's good marketing and PR around
exactly.
him.
So the fear, the first day I got in there, I asked the caretaker, are you sure we won't have a problem here? And he said, for this guy, don't worry, you won't see him. So I had to ask again after 3 days, did you tell him not to come? He said, no, that the guy stays, he doesn't show up. Except when he wants to go out. So sometimes the image they portray is for the thing they are doing. It's for the arts they are exhibiting. So you don't expect him to be singing such songs and be calm.
You have
in
to
the
add
video.
a little bit of razness to
Do
it.
you understand? Yes, I am not of the opinion that, we should have naked girls all around the videos. I mean, but then again, you still have the girls who accept to dance.
That's the point. That takes me to this point. There was a time when he tweeted and said, a girl with a big behind is better than a girl with a master's degree. And that caused a lot of uproar. These girls that fall prey to his social media or media marketing strategies and all of those things, what are they not getting? What are they missing? And how can they begin to retrace themselves to become impactful?
Let's bear in mind that these girls, when they're called upon for the music video, whatever it is they're doing, there is no gun to their head.
Okay, so it's a choice.
It's a choice. So if you come for my video and I tell you you need to strip, it's a matter of, oh, really? You take your bag and you walk out. So what's the orientation you have? It's a do or die affair.
Okay.
And now, a lot of people say, when they see prostitutes on the road, they say, oh, I don't blame them. Oh, I don't do this. Everyone is prone to being a prostitute. No, it's the truth.
Okay.
Because one way or the other,
everyone?
one way or the other, you must have been broke.
So at the end of the day, it comes down to your choice.
And the orientation you have, both from home and yourself. Because, I mean, all these things we know today did not come from our parents.
True.
So we sometimes make ourselves who we want to be. At a certain age, you can actually tell yourself, I want to be like this. I know what mommy did and what dad, this wasn't good, this wasn't nice, this isn't good, you sieve out the wrong and and then you do the right thing. I understand, to be fair to them, there are some people who would have to do that. They whole dance naked and almost naked and stuff because they need to survive. But then again, there can actually be other things you would do. Don't ask me what you would do, but there are things that will come up that you can do. You can actually say yes to a video where you'll be covered up and be paid 5,000 naira as against the 15,000 naira you would have been paid.
But it's always very difficult to say no to the money.
It's actually not difficult. If you put a camera to my face and tell me act, I won't for 1 billion naira. Never say never, though, but I won't.
Because I was going to say that.
But I won't. Sincerely, I will not.
Okay.
So many times I've been on set and, my director says, Claire, I can't help us. No. No. So I'm just the creative head and I want to stay behind the camera and that's just all I want to do. So it's a matter of choice, basically.
Choices, your decisions. It comes down to your choices and your decisions. Claire, this is a nice one. Lastly, let me just talk about this. I saw your foundation has a book, right? That just came out and stuff.
Oh, yes.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. What's the inspiration behind the book?
Okay, so last year I organized a 1-month online training for parents, guardians, and young people. So it was I had 4 speakers.
Okay.
1 married person, a doctor. The married person is a professor. A doctor, an entrepreneur who speaks French fluently, and a teacher.
Oh, okay, nice.
Okay, so they had different topics. And what I did was I compiled them and then made a book out of it so people can learn.
So if people were to purchase the book, what would be one key thing they would get from the book?
Tips on how to train the kids, tips on how to help them grow, and for the kids or for the young people, tips on how to be a better person.
Amazing. So where can they get it?
It's on Amazon, it's on Okada, and then very soon I'll print, so we'll have them.
Copies.
Yes.
Amazing. Hope we do get one on the show.
Yes, of course you would.
Right.
Yes,
Claire, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for shedding light on this very important topic. We hope to have you again sometime.
Over again.
Amazing.
I'm here.
Amazing. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Shaddee.
All right, guys. I hope you learned 1 or 2 from this episode. It's really been an amazing time. I had fun talking about these issues that have a lot to do with our young people and how we can become more impactful. Next week is another episode. Follow us on all our social media platforms, on Instagram, on Facebook, and of course, subscribe on YouTube. If you have a question for Claire, you want to ask her anything about her book, about whatever it is that you think is bothering you, or you want to talk to her privately, you can actually follow us, drop a comment. Definitely the address will be on your screen. You definitely send a message and we'll get back to you. Thank you for being a part of this. Till we'll come your way again, same time, same station. Have an amazing one. Thank you, Claire.
Thank you.